Coming to you from the EverMedia studios in Los Angeles, this is EverTalk Live.
Happy Tuesday, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jezza Moye. This is EverTalk Live, bringing you a daily dose of pop culture and positivity that will inspire, empower, and entertain you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on all streaming things social and Apple TV and Roku via the EverTalk app.
Yes, how are you today, Jess?
I am so excited to be here, to be with you, to embrace the change of season.
Always, I know. Man, how was your Monday? Best?
I was half a human yesterday. I will admit it. I had a serious case of the Mondays, but with a little self-care and a face mask and a champagne glass of aloe.
Oh,
yes,
there you
that's
go.
right.
A champagne glass of aloe.
Glow from the inside out, but still make it feel good.
Yes, I love it. Little health and wellness. I feel like I could take and learn so many health and wellness tips from you, Jez. You're always like at the very leading edge of like beauty and wellness.
Oh, well, I try.
Yeah,
You're on the leading edge of love and positivity. So with our powers combined,
yes, indeed.
It's
right?
going to be a very good day. Well, I'm so excited to welcome our very special guest in the studio. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being with us today. So here on EverTalk Live, we want to know, how do you wake up and stay woke? Take a minute to introduce yourselves. We've got Kayleen in the house. Good morning, Kayleen.
Good morning.
So how do you wake up and stay woke in your own life?
So I have dogs, so obviously in the morning, first thing, I get woken up by my dogs. I love to scroll through all my social media, get caught up for the day, let the dogs out, feed them, and then make coffee, because obviously it's very important to start the day. And then I start with hair and makeup and all of the things, and then get ready to go to work.
Oh, I love it. You let the dogs out. That was the song. It was you the whole time.
Oh yeah,
I've only known
let
that.
the dogs out.
That's fantastic, man. God bless you for being able to scroll through social media and then still go on with your day, right?
Oh,
Unbelievable.
I do, but
Yeah.
you definitely need to
I can't do it.
Palo Santo.
I'm gonna stage the whole place.
Exactly, or just get aligned. We've got a body alignment expert and best-selling author Lauren Roxburgh in the house. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
We're so excited that you're here. So tell us, how do you wake up and stay woke?
Well, I have 2 little kids, so I actually try to set my alarm before they get up so that I can sit up and do some affirmations to set myself up with a positive vibe all day, and then drink water with lemon to clear everything. And then, of course, I do my foam rolling and rebounding to get my day started right. And then I'm into mom mode and then work mode.
I love that. So of course, everybody's gonna know what the foam rolling is for.
Oh, yeah. You guys will find out.
All right. Teasing it out. Look at you.
That's right. Well, thank you for being with us. Jory says in the house, she's the founder of Go Fly and the author of #IChooseMe. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so excited for this very powerful conversation on self-love. But first, tell us, how do you wake up and stay woke?
Honestly, I keep it really simple. It's coffee and more coffee. And then I also start with 3 things that I want to accomplish for the day. I know like sometimes we get so boggled down with having a long list of tasks, but if I can accomplish those 3 most important things of the day, I feel like I've won it.
Okay, so we have to know what the 3 things are today. What are they?
Oh boy. Well, being on the show today, getting my coffee after the show, and then I have some writing to do after this. So, yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
A little writing. So what are you writing about these days?
Oh man, I'm constantly covering other entrepreneurs, actually, talking about technology, startups, anything in that space. I love it. I love talking about that.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to the crash course later in the show.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all so much for being with us. We look forward to continuing the conversation later in the show.
Awesome. More boss babes on the show. I love
Absolutely. And I've got some coffee for her on this Happy Tuesday kind of day. Special gift from Happy Brands.
All right.
How cute is this?
It's Happy Brand?
Happy
Wow.
Brands. And of course, 2 of my favorite
great.
things in life. As a single girl,
Yeah.
I pretty much only buy 2 groceries. coffee and chocolate. It's a way of life for
Awesome.
me. I will readily admit it. And what's great about this is it's socially conscious. So you buy one, you give one, and the proceeds go to women in transition who are job training.
Wow, love that.
How cool is that?
Double bottom line.
Absolutely. And then what we can drink to that, because of course y'all know that I'm
Well, I was gonna
launching
say,
my own rosé.
The one thing you don't have to buy anymore, Jess, is the you have your own wine. Doesn't require you buying it anymore. It's a good deal. Good deal.
No, it's a good look.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it. I will totally admit though, I feel overwhelmed.
Do you? Yeah, well,
do.
I would imagine. I mean, that's an entire project in life right there, this entire career, in addition to everything else that you do, right? So how do you juggle it all?
Well, and find time to
Yes.
not fall off the floor. I don't know. It's really just recognizing that your best is good enough.
Yes.
When
Yes.
one door closes, another one opens, and you just have to wake up, show up, shine.
I love
And
that. You do
is
that
enough.
consistently, Jess. And do you remember the first time that you finally made a choice or decision in your life, like a commitment to like live the intentions you were setting instead of just like letting life dictate how you lived your life? Like, do you remember?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I rented a U-Haul like 4 days after college, put all of my life belongings in that, including my parents' like wedding gift wine glasses. I brought everything and anything I thought I owned and drove it across the country.
Oh, wow.
Didn't stop.
Yeah.
4 days later, I made it to Los Angeles. No job, no apartment. But hey, there was Craigslist. And I figured it out. But that was really the decision. And I made that decision 2 days.
Yeah.
In 2 days, I said, I'm going to Los Angeles. 2 days later, I had a U-Haul. 4 days later, I was in Los Angeles.
Wow, that's amazing. I remember the first time I moved to LA, because the first time never takes in LA. I feel like I've had multiple stints in LA. The first time I remember I came with my brother, and we like ended up like practically living out of a car for a little while, and then we lived out of a hotel because we had like 2 or 3 apartments lined up, and they all fell through. You know how it is in LA. It's like if you're not right on it, you're like an hour late. There's a list of 100 people waiting. But it is good to be in LA.
Well, but that's a really interesting point. You have to live ready,
Yes.
especially in a place like Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So how do you really do that in your life, Rob?
Yeah, it's such a great point. I mean, I think that brings us back to the point you were making sort of around like being clear what your intentions are and reminding you of that. So, for me, I think it's always about being the change that I want to see in my life from the world, right? And so sometimes I've gotten caught up in saying, oh, I'm going to search for love, or I'll search for happiness, or I'll search for abundance, or I want to make more money. And that's great and it's true, but it's so much easier to find love if you're being love. It's so much easier to find abundance and wealth and success if you're being that consistently, if you're showing up and you're expressing and embodying like a deeply, truly happy, peaceful, loving, successful, wealthy presence day after day. So I think the challenge is not to seek so much, but to be, and as you be, eventually you find that you're already living it.
So do you have any happiness hacks
Yeah.
to actually being that when you're not that yet?
Oh my goodness. I would say number one is like gratitude, right? And so like look at the ways in which your life is already abundant, right? And really, really like immerse yourself in the experience and feeling and savoring around that abundance. And so, yeah, maybe you don't have, $10 million in the bank account, but you're certainly rich in other ways. And so that's sort of the first thing. I'd say the other thing that I like to do is visualize. So one of my favorite authors, and we've been talking about books, one of my favorite authors is Neville Goddard, and he was great at like saying very complex, very sophisticated things very simply, right? He could say it in bite-sized sort of pieces. And what he would often say is, just simply assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. But do it at night when you're in that hypnotic state, right before you're falling asleep. If you practice then, you're sort of in this special brainwave state that allows that sort of suggestion to go deeper into your actual like heart. So yeah, I think I've practiced that a lot. I used to fall asleep and imagine that I was in this beautiful apartment and I had this incredible car and this incredible life. And I did it every day for years just because it felt good. Not because I was trying to get the result.
Well, that feels a lot better than my Explore page on Instagram.
Does it have the same effect, huh?
No, not at all. I found myself having to shut my phone off, go in airplane mode like an hour before bed, because otherwise I'd be like tainted.
Oh my gosh, totally. Well, we've talked about that. We've even had the glasses, right? You and I,
Yeah.
the blue light glasses. Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, what's worked for you, Jez? I mean, how do you stay focused? How do you stay clear and intentional about the life that you want to live and not get sucked into like all the conflict and drama and confusion that is the world?
I really focus on what it is that I want, what it is that I want to be, and I live ready for it. So there was a time in my life where I didn't know what was going to happen next. And I just heard the voice of God or the universe or my intuition said, be ready, live ready. Well, all I could think to do was buy a dress. Now for me,
That sounds about
that
right.
meant I had to be ready. I had to dress the part so I could show up for whatever occasion that was. So I bought a dress. I didn't know where I was going. And then I got an invitation to cover my first red carpet. I had the dress. I was ready for it. So then I bought another dress, and it just started happening. But really, it wasn't about the dress, although, you know, I say hashtag fashion speaks. It was about making the decision to be ready, to be ready to not make any excuses that I didn't have the right thing to wear, I didn't know who I was going to talk to, I didn't feel X, Y, or Z. I just was ready.
Yeah. I love that, and you're right about that. Like, I've done the same thing. I mean, it's amazing how, and I call them identity enhancers, but really, whether it's a clothes or a car or something like that, but just something small, it doesn't have to be a big deal, but something just lets you stay sort of dialed in to who you authentically want to be, but dialed in now. Like, why do I have to wait 10 years or 20 years or even 10 days to experience the life that I want to experience? Can I start living it right now, right here today? And sometimes using like little things like clothes or cars or things like that can help you feel that way.
Absolutely. Cute page 10 of the latest book I'm reading. I hope you're proud, Rob.
I'm very proud of you, actually. I don't know how you have the time to read.
No, we talked about that. Rob invests in books, I invest in clothes. And I picked up this You Can't Fall Off the Floor. I recently met one of the cattlemans at Craig's. Nobody's surprised. Local haunt in West Hollywood. And he was talking about releasing his latest books. So we picked it up, and on page 10 it said, find a way to look the part even if you can't afford it. So what was great about this is from one of the most powerful television executives of our time. He borrowed $200 from the bank so he could buy 2 suits.
Wow.
For his first job. He got the job, he wore the 2 suits for like 2 years and had to pay it off. But he showed up, he looked the part, he was ready for it. He invested in being ready. And I thought that was really interesting.
I love that. I just love that. It reminds me of one of my favorite books, The Magic of Thinking Big. And he talks a lot about that. And I think you know, I've probably talked about the story of Steven Spielberg, you know, the way he gets started. He just, you know, was a kid basically, and he found an empty trailer on like a TV studio lot, and he just put his name on the trailer, called himself a producer, and next thing you know, people are coming in and thinking he's a producer, and it's kind of wild. I'm not encouraging anyone to do that.
No, but you know, how many people do that on their Instagram profiles, right? You could just call yourself an astronaut right there in your bio.
But I do think the difference, right, and the challenge and the opportunity is to actually live from that space and that place of actually feeling that and being in that, not just doing it or adding it sort of, you know, as a title, just as an accessory, but actually being that and living from that place.
Well, that accessory can look real good.
Again.
Especially when it's on a business card. Well, thank you so much for staying with us. We're so excited for our first interview. Kayleen is back in the studio. Stay tuned. We'll be back more. Good morning. EverTalk Live. Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
All I can say to you guys is remember you are not alone. It's that simple. Just keep remembering you are not alone.
We look good. No, you look good. All of us.
We are so hot and humble. You know me, I gotta follow the light.
Yeah, girl. It's all about that light.
I saw that light over there. I said, this must be my light.
What every time you laugh, you snort.
Our producer's messing up the set. Security.
Thank you. That was awesome. I was like, are we going into infomercial? Where's the 1-800 number? I don't know how we need to have these bloopers. Well, there you have it. Yes. You guys can binge watch all of our episodes on upgradeyourlifetv.com and on the EverTalk app. Bye, guys. Bye.
EverTalk is #community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to EverTalk Live. I am so excited to welcome Kayleen Olson to the show. She's representing one of America's fastest growing companies, Nanamax. By the way, you look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Obviously, you're repping the brand,
Yes,
right?
of course.
As am I today. Thank you for the look. So tell us a little bit about Nanamax and what makes it so special.
So Nanamax was started in 2012. We started as a brick and mortar store, and then we opened our online store. And we just focused on being online for a lot of the time, and then we really wanted to stand out. We wanted to do something different. Susie's entire dream was to have a virtual fashion show, which it's never been done before. So we started using the Facebook Live capabilities to actually go live and showcase the products that we launched that day on multiple different body types. So we launched products every single day. We go live every single day and show all of the clothing that we launch on different body types, different heights, different bust sizes, all of that good stuff, so that our customers who are purchasing from an online store, which can be terrifying at times because you never know what you're getting when you buy from online. We want them to feel comfortable. We want them to know what they're getting, how it's going to fit them. So another really cool feature is that our customers can actually directly message the models, like me, who model products on the website, and give me their measurements, and I can help them decide what size they can buy. Or if their size is sold out, I can tell them if they could size up and it would still fit them perfectly, or if they can size down. So we really just want our customers to feel comfortable being able to purchase things online, because you never know what you're going to get. There's so many online stores nowadays. You never know.
Totally. So, question. I know, I freak out when I do have to do Facebook or Instagram Live.
Yeah.
I make 1,000 mistakes. So when you guys started, did it go perfectly, or was it problematic?
No, definitely not. I mean, the first time you do anything, it's a trial run. It's still a trial run. We've kind of nailed it on the head now. We kind of know what we're doing, and we have lots of models now, so it's really easy. Everyone kind of gets the flow of it. But in the beginning, didn't run as smoothly as we would like, but we've mastered it.
Fantastic.
Do you have a favorite look this season?
That's such a hard one. It's fall. Well, it's winter back home right now, but it's fall, so I am a lover of blanket scarves. Anything warm and cozy, and I love a good booty, always. I love a good colored staple booty.
No comment.
But you're also launching a really exciting palette. Can you tell us about that?
So we are launching our very first eyeshadow palette. We're really excited to dive into the beauty world. We've always wanted to dive into the beauty world, but you don't really know where to start. You kind of have to know the right people. So we are launching our first eyeshadow palette. It's a 9 shadow, 5 mattes, 4 shimmers with Jaclyn Taylor Cosmetics, and it launches this Friday. So we're very excited about it. I can't wait.
You're gonna have a special party, right?
Yes, we have a launch party on Thursday. Gonna be the best party ever. I'm so excited for it. But yeah, it's amazing.
And when you're saying we, this is a family business,
yes.
right?
Oh, wow. How'd you do that?
Right?
I can't even get my family to take a vacation in the same spot. Everybody's so busy. So how do you do that?
So the owners of the company, Jeremy and Susie, are a husband and wife. Their sons work for the company too, and then they just kind of started adding on everyone. But we all work so closely together. We work 40 hours a week. We travel together. So we've kind of just mushed into this nice little family. All of the models, they're all my sisters, and I actually married into the family as well, so I am actually part of the family itself. We have a saying, the Nana fam, and so we include all of us employees as the Nana fam, but we also include our customers as our Nana fam, because we are really just one big community of uplifting women.
So do you have any advice on working with family, especially if you're working with your husband too?
Right, I know, it can be rough, but my best advice, and I think what's worked for me, is just to not take it home. Leave work at work, and then when you go home, leave work there, so then you can have your own conversations, then you don't fight about things at home that don't need to be fought about.
Do you guys have an agreement about that? Talking about work at
we
home?
do occasionally still talk about work at home, but I try to leave it at work just because it makes it easier.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anything you've learned along the way about building a business, a successful one?
It takes a lot of hard work. It really does. It takes a lot of hard work, and you really just have to work at it and trial and error. We've done a lot of things that haven't worked the way we wanted them to, but we've done a lot of things that have worked exactly the way that we wanted them to. So it's just kind of, you gotta give and take and see what works best for you. Every business is different, so.
Yeah. What do you think the best decision is you've made in terms of creating the successful business? Like, was there one thing you did that you're just like, wow, that was gold?
So we actually did a meet and greet this year. It was our very first meet and greet ever. We held a big warehouse sale where everyone they could fly to us and come shop this huge warehouse sale, and we did a gala event where all of our customers could buy these tickets. We all dressed up really nice, right? Any chance to dress up, I'm all about it. But we actually had people fly we're located in Idaho, so we had people fly all the way from Connecticut and North Carolina just to come see us and to come meet us, and I think that was the most kind of blew our minds at like what was happening to us. So that was really revolutionizing, and we just want to keep doing meet greets because it really showed the impact that we have.
That's a huge deal. Jez and I talk about this all the time. I don't want to cross the 405 to go to anything in LA. I'm serious. I'm not kidding.
For sure.
Like, you know, so to fly all the way to Idaho, it's a pretty big deal.
It says a lot about the community
Yes,
you're creating.
definitely.
We really believe in community here, and it's so incredible that your community exists in person and virtually.
Yes.
It's really an exceptional part of the platform you've created.
Yeah, agree 100%.
So please tell everyone where they can find, follow, and shop Nanomax.
Yes, so we are on all social media platforms, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube. We've got it all. We're even on TikTok. It's just Nanomax, and then obviously we have our Nanomax Instagrams, which is just Nanomax. And then the model's name that you want to find. We have YouTube videos. You can shop at nanomax.com, and yeah.
So they can DM you,
Yes.
and you'll help everyone shop.
Yeah, so if there's like an item on the website, say like this dress when it launches and someone isn't sure what size to buy, they can go find me, nanomax.kayleen, and they can message me and say, hey, I'm this size, this is my waist size, this is how tall I am, what size do you think I should buy?
Wow, it's like a concierge on demand.
Pretty much, yeah.
This is how we shop. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on EverTalk Live. Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
In other news, for those that don't yet know, Kelly's having a baby. Yay! Hiding it so well, by the way. You know, she's so disgustingly slim even when pregnant. Just unfair. But I'm guessing that everything that you learn and your journey through Heal has had some sort of impact on you becoming a mama.
I've always had this awe and kind of curiosity about how intelligent the human body is.
Okay.
But now I'm just like living in this awe, like I'm creating this human being inside of me. It's wild.
It's crazy.
And to really try, like my women's bodies are designed to do this.
Would you want to do a home birth as well, or?
Yeah.
I thought with the squeal that was going to be, oh no. Wow.
I do.
I feel like that's brave.
It is brave.
Wow.
I admire many people that, you know, I get through birth, whatever way you want to do it. There's
That's
no
it.
judgment.
Yeah.
EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere on EverTalk TV. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to EverTalk Live. I am so excited because the Body Whisperer is in the house. Lauren Roxworth, thanks for being with us today.
Oh, thank you.
And congratulations.
Body Whisperer.
Right?
Cool. Sorry. Very interesting.
Very interesting. What does that mean?
Well, it just means it's all about tuning in and connecting and really deepening an awareness of our own healing powers.
So how did you become an expert in this alignment?
Well, I was an athlete myself, and I started working with a lot of pro athletes because I just wanted to study the body, mind, and spirit. So I've studied a lot of different modalities, and I've created my own method. And it's all about really aligning the physical body, but I like to say align your body and you'll align your life. So
Love that. So what sport?
water polo, swimming,
Water
growing up in
polo.
water polo at UC Santa Barbara.
Wow,
So.
amazing. So when did you first discover like this mind-body life?
Oh, that was probably in my 20s.
Really?
Yeah, when I was looking at just the different ways of kind of reaching our highest potential. And I discovered something called structural integration, which is all about body alignment and fascia. So when I discovered fascia, that was like the real epiphany for me.
Fascia is a very buzzy word.
It really
in the
is.
beauty wellness scene right now. What is fascia?
Oh, I love answering this question. So fascia is a connective tissue that wraps around the entire body like a full body wetsuit. It's essentially the scaffolding of the body, you know, like if you're ever cutting chicken and you see that white stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the connective tissue, and we are covered in it. It wraps around us, it wraps around each individual muscle, kind of like a saran wrap. But what happens as we age and get stressed and go through trauma and stressful situations is our connective tissue gets dried up, thick, and brittle. And we get compressed, and it slows down our circulation and our lymphatic drainage and our ability to have really good vitality.
Wow.
Equals cellulite?
Yes, exactly. Weakened connective tissue is the reason for cellulite.
Okay, so we definitely want to tighten it. How do we do that?
There's lots of different ways. So you can do it with foam rolling, stretching, breathing, and also with fascia foods as well. So there's
What are
actually
fascia
nutrition.
foods?
Fascia foods would be collagen. So we have, collagen is something that breaks down as we age. So we need to keep feeding our bodies collagen, which can come from all different sources too. But one thing I love is the Paleo Pro bone broth collagen powder with turmeric. So yeah, and that's what's in this.
Is that what is in this?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
So what else is in this green, delicious? My mom in Michigan
You guys
is going,
will love
"Oh."
this. Everything is organic, of course.
Okay.
Spinach, apple, cucumber, the Paleo Pro bone broth collagen protein powder. That's the most bioavailable and grass-fed. So it's super clean and pure. Cucumbers
Bioavailable.
and a little banana. Bioavailable means that your body can absorb it and actually put it into your system, and that will help regenerate your connective tissue.
Oh,
So.
wow. And what's bone broth do?
So bone broth is basically, it's using the entire animal, and it's pulling out all the nutrients from the bones, and it's feeding that into our bones and tissues and skin.
See, that's stuff I'd rather not know the details.
Was that too
but
much
just
information,
too
Jess?
much
I'm sorry.
TMI.
I can appreciate that.
I
So,
just-
a little much.
It's all from nature, though. It's all from the earth.
Which is
So a lot of vegans I know actually do have bone broth because it's so mineral rich and nutrient dense, and and in there, of course, we've got lots of antioxidants and minerals and all of that. So.
and turmeric.
Yeah, turmeric is in that powder. It's amazing, which is anti-inflammatory.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
So how much
so-
of that do you need a day, like the bone broth, the collagen?
I mean, you should
powder?
try to do it daily. I like to actually have bone broth myself and like have it in the afternoon as a little pick-me-up.
Yeah.
It's nice and savory. So if you ever get a sweet tooth, having a little bit of bone broth will actually nip that sweet tooth in the bud. So you won't have to,
Wow.
won't
Now-
be craving
I'm gonna
any
need a lot of bone
chocolate or
broth.
gummy.
That was the very big overheard in LA. If you crave sweets,
That's
just have
true.
some bone broth.
No, it's
That is- that is
the
very overheard in
savory.
LA.
It's the
Yeah.
savory. It has to be good flavor bone broth, obviously. You want
So-
to have good.
Tell us about your book, The Power Source.
Oh, thank you. My book is all about really learning how to connect to those areas of the body that we hold stress and tension. It's all about igniting your deep core, releasing stress, and learning how to use the energy we would use towards stress to actually use it for vitality and connection. So,
Where do people typically store the stress you're mentioning?
there's 5 power centers. So pelvic floor is a big one, which that could be a whole nother segment we could do about that. The pelvic floor is the base of the core, and then we have the guts, and that's another thing where the collagen is amazing to heal our guts, and that also helps with skin vitality as well. And then the other area is the lungs and the diaphragm, which is where, as you guys know, we're living in a crazy, stressful area, world, whatever. Most people are not breathing deeply or efficiently. So if we're not breathing well, we're not going to be able to release stress or even flush toxins from our body. So the diaphragm and the lungs are an area where we hold a lot of stress and tension. And then the heart and shoulders, people say, I have the weight of the world on my shoulders and that type of thing. You hear that a lot. And you get a lot of that hunched over posture in the world we're living in with technology. And then the jaw is a really big one too. The jaw, the head, the
It's why
cranium,
people
the
grind
neck.
at night and stuff.
Yeah, and that's directly connected to the nervous system. And the nervous system is the spinal cord, right? So we have 2 different states of the nervous system. We have the stress survival mode, right? You guys probably have talked about this on the show before. Fight or flight, stress, control, force, make it happen. That's the doing. And the other side of it is the parasympathetic state of the nervous system, which is all about the yin. It's about rest, digest, heal, and rejuvenate. And that's the part of the system that we have been lacking in our world because everyone's been living in survival mode. So,
Oh, it's so interesting. So, question, how long ago did you make a commitment to this lifestyle?
oh gosh, it's been like 20 years.
20 years. And
Yeah.
so what do you notice is the most significant or dramatic change in your life personally?
being present and enjoying every moment, even if things seem stressful, like learning how to ride the waves of life and just grounding myself and knowing that, okay, this is happening to me right now and this is for a purpose and I'm going to learn from it and grow from it.
Oh, I love that. It does require a tremendous amount of trust, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the flow. So that's the energy of flow versus force. So that's why I talk a lot about it in the book. It's not about push, control, and force. It's about allowing and surrender.
I love that. One of the things that I remember my dad, he was in the Navy, so he was trying to teach me how to swim. And of course, I was a terrible swimmer because I was freaked out by the water itself, right? And he would float just so perfectly and so beautifully. And I'd always say, what are you doing? He's like, the difference between me and you is that I just relax. I lie there and have complete trust and I just relax and they float naturally. And I always remember thinking, man, that's going to be important later, I think.
Yeah, I love that.
It is.
Well, the energy of trying to control it when you can't change it isn't going to change the outcome anyway.
Yes.
So just kind of enjoy the process and roll with it.
Love that.
So.
Don't fight, float.
Yeah, let go with love. So what do you do when you find yourself being out of alignment? Is there a practice that's your go-to? Is it breath work? Is it stretching?
Yes. So I actually have been known as the body whisperer, giving people these amazing sequences on the foam roller. So I like to call it body rolling because I've expanded. I have a product line which are foam rollers, and also I have this thing called the body sphere, which is a squishy ball that you can actually massage your organs with, your belly,
Your
pelvic,
organs?
yes,
Wow.
your belly, your organs, your pelvic floor, your whole body, and then I have a bunch of other tools, and then I have an online studio called the Align Life Studio. And we have this amazing global community called the Align Tribe, and people are body rolling and releasing all of this crazy emotional energy and building strength from the inside out all over the world.
Wow,
So
so
it's
cool.
pretty cool.
Well, I thought body rolling was what we did
Oh, no.
junior high on the dance floor. Remember the body rolls? Right?
Is that
I know.
Caterpillar?
Yeah,
Is that,
exactly.
okay, yeah.
But if you think about it, body rolling is, in a way, it's like flossing your teeth, right? So we get this plaque, this buildup in our mouth, or even when we exfoliate our face and our skin, right? Or we dry brush, we get rid of the dead skin. Every day, it's really important to, I like to call it stress hygiene, is sort of like floss your fascia, clean your tissue, practice stress hygiene to release the tension and stress that builds up throughout the day. It's literally like plaque in the tissue.
Wow, it's so interesting. I almost had a massage that turned out to be an organ massage, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick to this because I was in pain for days.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like it was too aggressive.
That's what I mean, exactly.
I think
so this
that's
feels
too
a lot
much. Yeah,
healthier.
it's much more gentle,
Okay,
and it's
good.
like you get to do it yourself, and you're rolling yourself over the body sphere. So.
Okay.
Well, I'll start with the green
Yeah,
smoothie. Please
I
tell
will too.
everyone where they can find, follow
Yes.
you, and go to the alignment school.
Aw, Align Tribe, you guys. Cheers.
Align Tribe.
So you can follow me at loroxborough.com, LOROXBURGH, or laurenroxborough.com, and you can actually get the smoothie recipe on the website, on the blog.
It's legit good. You got to check it out.
Legit.
Good, right?
Yes, so good. Thank you so much.
Guys.
Station, we'll be right back with more. Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
My life is really great.
This is a great day.
I have Brian Regan's at my house. I'm making lamb shanks tonight for dinner. We're going to Disney on Ice tomorrow night. Christmas is coming up.
Woo!
I'm a millionaire.
You gonna jump on
What
the couch?
fuck? This is I'm partying
You're definitely
pretty hard.
famous.
I feel good. Does life get better? I don't think
I
so.
love this.
I'm a very, very, right now I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life.
I hope this is like all gonna, no, selfishly, I hope this is all gonna like come to me.
I'm lucky. If you stick around me enough, I'll get you lucky.
I feel like some people have magic. I know that's weird, but you know that neurologists have this idea that they can almost quantify like a magnetism that leaves your brain when you have a thought.
Yeah.
And like you actually like omit an energy. Like a lot of people like believe in really smart people believe this.
Yeah,
Not me.
I believe
This is
that.
not-
EverTalk is #community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV. Welcome back to EverTalk Live. We've got Jerisa Blunt in the house. She's the founder of Go Fly and the author of a very powerful book, #IChooseMe. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Oh, excited to have you.
So I would love for you to start from the very beginning of your journey.
Oh gosh.
Let's go back there.
We're going back.
Because it's interesting. You said that you grew up in a fatherless household, and that turned into a life of addiction for you, but being addicted in a different way. So take us back there.
Yeah, growing up without a father made me addicted to approval, wanting to have the approval of people around me and wanting to have his approval mostly. But it's funny how those things happen, how it actually can be a positive. And that's kind of how it happened for me. For me, it was, how can I be the best person I can be to make him see me as, you know, the light I want him to see me as. And so it allowed me to be an overachiever in a lot of ways, which paved the way for me. But those things you do have to check on when you become an adult, you know? You can't live your adult life trying to appease others and wanting to get their approval. And so that did take a lot of inner work on my part and working on that.
At what point though, and I've struggled with the same thing, did you realize personally, this isn't gonna work for me anymore. This no longer serves me and I need to take my power back?
Dating life.
Always dating life.
It's always the dating life, and it's like, you know, why do I keep dating these guys that do not see my worth, that do not see how amazing I am? And the truth is that I didn't see how amazing I was, because if I saw how amazing I was, I wouldn't have chosen them. And so that's when I started to feel, I was like, okay, enough is enough. I'm tired of having my heart broken. I'm tired of over giving to these people so they can see me the way I want them to see me. Let me seek help, and that was the help of a therapist. And I highly recommend that to anyone for whatever, you know, things you may have going on, like having that voice to kind of just talk to you and walk you through your journey is so important.
Oh, fantastic. I love outsourcing things, just not peace, love, and happiness, right? You know, take responsibility yourself for that. So how did your life then proceed from there?
After that, you know, I always knew that I was going to write a book one day. I knew that I had a book in me. I didn't have the confidence to write it. And so all of those lessons that I learned during that really horrific dating journey winded up in a book. And it's about self-love. How do you love yourself? How do you decide in different relationships, just not romantic, but how do I decide that with my relationship with my father, how do I decide to love myself? So when he can't love me beyond his capacity, how do I do it? How do I say, okay, I see that that's the most you can give me, and that's okay, but I'm gonna love myself a little bit more than that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So how do you do that? I know they have to get the book, and of course they get the whole entire like crash course in it, but how can one start to love themselves in a sort of healthier way?
Well, I think you kind of hit on it, taking ownership. Taking ownership for the choices that you've made, taking ownership for knowing that I'm overgiving because I feel a void. Taking ownership and saying, I need to stop. I do not need to lend my heart to anyone right now. This is not the season for that. This season is about me getting better, me seeing myself as an amazing person, me loving on myself. And it's not about going to the spa and getting, you know, treatments and doing all those things, but it's really about making decisions. Saying no sometimes is self-care, you know? Working on your journey is self-care. You know, those things are self-care too, beyond, you know, all of those other things. So ownership is the first step.
I just love that. I remember the first time that I had a real insight around that, sort of like what you just expressed, which was like every time someone doesn't approve of me or accept me or rejects me, quote unquote, they're actually giving me this incredible gift because they're leading me back to the very source of love and happiness and peace within myself. And that was actually a bigger, better gift than had they approved of me or accepted me, and then I'd be leaning on them the entire time for peace and love and for happiness, right?
Yes.
So I just love that. Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
So tell us a little bit about the Comeback series.
Okay, so my life has been such a journey. I started doing hosting in New York, and I came to LA, hit a really rough patch. It was crazy.
Wait, in LA? Nobody hits a rough patch in LA.
Yes, in LA, right?
Everybody comes and then they crash and they burn.
It happens.
Yeah.
Hit a rough patch. I got fired for the first time in my life in my 30s, twice in 6 months. And I was so embarrassed. I've never been fired. I had a major surgery, and you know, my friendships were kind of just like not feeling good. Just everything just wasn't feeling great. And so I was on the internet looking for inspiration and for stories to help myself. And at the same time, I was praying to God, I really want to do another speaker series. I really want to do another speaker series. And you know what? He gave me the adversity that I needed to create the speaker series, which was the comeback series.
Yeah, I've had this conversation with God in the Universe several times. I'm like, why serve in adversity? You know what I mean? Just give it to me. Why do I have to face all of this other stuff?
You gotta eat your broccoli first.
Right.
Can't get the dessert.
Right. So, and that's how it started. So I just started seeking out women that I felt like had an inspirational story, that had a setback that propelled them forward to do the thing that they really were supposed to do. And so even though those stories were for other people, but they also were for me, I needed that.
So how would you define a comeback queen?
Ooh, a comeback queen is someone who can get knocked down 7 times and will still get back up on the 8th. You know, I have moments where recently I had a moment, I have moments where I feel like, gosh, this is a gut punch. And I gotta like sit on this for a while. But you don't sit on it forever. You get back up and you get stronger. And you just go, you take that as, okay, that didn't work out, so what's the next direction? Because it's gonna work.
I love that. I heard an interview once with Will Smith, and he said something really interesting. He said, the only difference between me and like the next guy or next girl is that when I get on a treadmill, I'm not getting off the treadmill until I die.
That's right.
Whereas everybody else, you know, and that was sort of a metaphor, I'm sure, in real life, he gets off the treadmill, clearly. But that is, I think it's the persistence. And it's interesting too, because you're right, it's the getting down and getting back up, like getting knocked down and getting back up, that makes you strong over time, right? So yeah.
Absolutely.
So how have you seen that sort of play out now for you in sort of successful, happy ways?
It's definitely it has helped me with being an entrepreneur. You have to be okay getting punched in the gut. You have to be okay with people saying no. You have to be okay with things not working out. You have to be okay with saying, okay, these are all the resources I have. How am I gonna make it work? And you have to stick to it. You know, we glamorize entrepreneurship today. Everyone's like, oh, forget the 9 to 5.
I'm a boss babe.
I'm a boss babe, and I'm all for it. I am all for it, but let me tell you, what you're not seeing on social media is the nights that you cry, the nights that you're trying to figure out, how do I get to the next step, the nights that you feel lonely because no one, usually a lot of entrepreneurs that I have interviewed and talked to, they don't have anyone that has done what they're doing. So they don't have a blueprint. Yeah. They don't have a parent or a cousin or a sister that can say, hey, go this way. You gotta figure it out. Yeah. So, yeah.
I love that. I've got a couple folks that are like entrepreneurs, they're clients, and all of them said that they became an entrepreneur because they wanted to work less and they wanted to have more freedom, flexibility. And they're like, that was the funniest thing now ever, because they work 10 times as much as they worked before, and they never feel like they can rest. And yeah, so what you're speaking is truth right there.
Yeah, you never can rest. I don't know what a vacation looks like without my laptop or my phone. I work all the time, and I love it.
Tell us what you're hard at work building.
Yes. So let me tell you how this all started. So as I, for years have been interviewing entrepreneurs, and I had this idea about an app, but I didn't really know like how that happened. Do people do that? Can I do it? And as I would talk to people over and over, it's almost like they were mentoring me. I would listen to them and they were like, yeah, I've never done this before. I don't have any experience in it, but I saw a problem and I wanted to solve it. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And so I took those stories and I empowered myself. So GoFly is my baby that I've been working on for quite some time. It is an on-demand same-day return and delivery service for fashion retailers. I am my own client, but there are plenty of women and men just like me who don't have the time to go to the mall to make a freaking return, because who wants to do that? And sometimes you just need something to be to your house, whether you're going to dinner, you forgot that you have something, a birthday party, and you're like,
hot date.
A last minute hot date. I need a dress in a couple of hours and I need someone to bring it to me. And as we know, LA traffic is not very common.
That's like I will say no to a date because I'm like, logistically, it's impossible for me to go get something to wear right
Absolutely.
now.
Absolutely. And I was working at a large retailer. I was working at my desk one day and I was just like, why can't someone just go down the street and grab this dress for me and bring it to the office so that I can get in my car and go home and do what I need to do? You know, then I don't have to waste any time, so.
Oh, I just love that. So when you had the idea, and fantastic idea. What was the most difficult sort of part of turning that idea into reality?
Thinking that I could, I was trying to go so fast, so quickly, and then thank goodness to a couple of great, amazing women that I know who are also entrepreneurs who are like, pump the brakes, take 5 steps back. First of all, I know you like this idea because it helps you, but does it help anyone else? And so I literally had to go back to the beginning and I had to interview people. I interviewed hundreds of women. I asked them, what are your problems? Like, would you pay for this service? Is this something that you need? And funny enough, I thought like my age bracket would be the ones like, yeah, but it was actually younger women, who are not used to that lifestyle of going to the mall and shopping and spending hours. But that generation that has grown up with, let's like click, pay, and let's get it delivered. You know what I mean? So that has been an interesting step. I've gone through a couple of incubators to help me kind of iron things out. So I think the patience, you know, you have this idea and you're like, let's go. And it's like, no, there are steps that you don't see that other people have done that you have to take.
Oh, I do love that. And it's so great, you're right, particularly in this day and age, you can learn from people who have actually done it before, so you don't have to recreate the wheel.
Absolutely.
You know, maybe they haven't done exactly what you've done, obviously, but they've done something close enough.
Absolutely, which I've done, you know, I've researched many, many people, and you look at where they failed, or why didn't it work, and then what you can do differently.
So explain the service. GoFly is like fashion on demand?
Fashion on demand. So this is so right now in the LA area, you can go on to gofly.com and you can say, hey, I need to pick up from this store. yes, I need to pick up from this store. And you can upload your receipt and then a driver will go and pick up your items and deliver it to you. Of course, you put in all of your contact information and then we'll get that to you in a couple of hours.
So they don't shop for you, you do the shopping and they just deliver.
Right. Because a lot of stores now are doing the whole in-store pickup. The problem is, I still don't want to go to the store to pick it up. I don't have the time to get there. So our service, we go and pick it up for you, and then we'll come to you if you need to return something. You say, this is the product I'm returning, this is the store it needs to get to, we'll pick it up, we'll do the return, and for the most part, your information is already in their database, and that return goes right back to you.
Wow, that's fantastic. So how much advance notice do you have to have or provide in order to get it done?
You can do it the same day. We do from 10 to 8. So you can do it the same day. We'll get it to you in a couple of hours. If we can't get it to you that day, we'll get it to you the first thing.
Fantastic.
As a business, what's your end goal with this?
Wow, I really want this to be global. I've been doing a lot of traveling. I've been paying attention to a lot of different markets. When I go to Europe and I look at London and I look at Paris and I'm in Barcelona, I'm like, shopping is a thing. You know, delivery is a thing. This is the way the world is working. They want their things faster. I mean, look at Amazon, right? People want things. That's because you want it faster.
I see a major acquisition coming up for you in the future. I'm not psychic, but I don't want to say that,
but I'm all for that.
I'm going to keep my eyes on you and GoFly. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow your personal journey, get your book, participate in GoFly.
Yes, you can follow me at Jerisa B on all social media platforms. You can learn about GoFly at GoFly Now on Twitter and Instagram, and that is fly with 2 Y's, as you can see. And if you're interested in my book, you can find that on Amazon.
Hashtag I choose me. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on EverTalk Live.
Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
All I can say to you guys is remember you are not alone. It's that simple. Just keep remembering you are not alone.
We look good. No, you look good. All of us.
We are so hot and humble.
You know me, I gotta follow the light.
Yeah, girl. It's all about that light.
I saw that light over there. I said, this must be my light.
What are we doing? You laugh, you story.
Our producer's messing up the set. Security.
Thank you. That was awesome. I was like, are we going into infomercial already? Where's the 1-800 number? I don't know how you. We need to have these bloopers. Well, there you have it. Yes. You guys can binge watch all of our episodes on upgradeyourlifetv.com and on the EverTalk app. Bye, guys. Bye.
EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV.
Welcome back to EverTalk live here from Los Angeles. I'm Rob Mack.
I'm Jasmine Moyer, and it's been an incredible show full of not only happiness, but transformation from the inside out.
Including bone broth.
Bone broth!
I'm going to be honest with you. I really didn't think I would like bone broth. I was kind of afraid of it, but it was amazing. Like, it tasted really good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the name that really doesn't sit well with me, but that smoothie was fantastic, and Lauren had such great insight, not only on fashion, but really just aligning our bodies. I definitely have to go see a body whisperer.
Oh my gosh, totally. And it's interesting because I played sports growing up, but I didn't know any of that, and I could have used all of that, and I wanted to be a professional basketball player. I think we've talked about that before, and I certainly could have used her coaching and advice then.
But you go to the gym all the time. You haven't seen people rolling around on the floor and that.
They're everywhere. I mean, literally people are doing the foam rolling everywhere, and I need to get up to speed on it, and trainers are always like, you should foam roll, and I'm always like, I only got 10 more minutes. But yeah, it's good.
If it'll break up cellulite, I'll try anything.
That's right. The fascia thing was interesting.
Oh, it was. But now at least we've got some more looks. Special thanks to Nana, Max, of course, and Go Fly.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? What a story.
What a story. She is truly a comeback queen.
She is.
What a way to celebrate. We are EverTalk Live, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Also available on EverTalk TV on Apple TV and Roku.
That's right. DM us, send us messages, send us Telegram, anything you want, but we'll be here Monday through Friday.
Have a happy Tuesday.